We are entering the month of Elul, the month that precedes Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the last of the Hebrew months in our year, the period of time that calls for us for some introspection, some reflection on the year that has been, on what we have done or not done, and for some aspiration of what we hope we will be in the year ahead. And there's a Hasidic teaching that in this month of Elul, the king is in the field. Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi teaches this. So what does that mean? The king is in the field. Well, God and the Jewish people are often seen in this relationship, and we know this from our liturgy on the High Holy Days, of God as sovereign and people as God's constituency. And so a sovereign, a king or a queen, normally resides in a palace, distanced from the people, in the throne room, which is not the first entry room, but right, you have to enter a palace, you have to go through many hallways and chambers and guards and people to get to the sovereign, to get to the king or queen. And when you would do that, if you were to approach a king or queen, you would have to be dressed in a certain way and have your presentation ready and be all prepared. It would be a big deal to enter to see the king or queen. We do it. We have to do it. We do it every week on Shabbat. We are ready to enter the palace. But occasionally, the sovereign, the king or the queen, comes to the people. They leave the palace, they go for a tour, they go out to see the people where they are, in their workplaces, in their homes, in their fields. And there's no formalities. They're out there, they're eager, they want to know their people, they want to know their constituency. And so the month of Elul is seen as the time when the sovereign is in the field, right? The king is in the field, God is nearer to us. Now, perhaps it is our awareness of God's presence. Perhaps we take the time to recognize that God really is closer to us. That on Shabbat, we may approach God a little bit more. We may try and access that holy. But as God comes to us in the month of Elul, the places that we are, the homes, the workplaces, the everyday of our lives that God is present in, it's not that they become the palace, but they gain holiness in their own place. And so as we think of this teaching, as we begin the month of Elul with this idea that the king is in the field, the sovereign is closer to us, that God's presence is somehow nearer to us, that we can perceive divinity in the world, that will help us in our journey of reflection, of repentance, of teshuvah. That I leave you this week to think about, how will you pay more attention? How will you give more of your attention to God's presence in the week ahead? And how will that presence help guide you on a journey of reflection and change and growth in the days and weeks ahead?